Okay, this is going to be a quick review of the syllabus, and it will be quick. I'm just going to touch on a few key points, so it's going to be up to you to really read through and study the syllabus and reach out to me if you have questions on anything. Before I even get into the syllabus, though, I want to, let's see, I'm going to hover my cursor right here and scroll down on the page and show you that below the syllabus, I also have a calendar, and this calendar shows you the submissions, kind of the schedule of submissions for the semester. Now, this isn't complete. It doesn't have everything that we're going to cover in this class. It doesn't include any of the learning material, which is key for the actual learnings of the whys and the hows of what we do, so that you can then transfer it into other situations outside of this class. What it does include is just this submission due dates, the things that you're going to submit, the assignments. And I have them arranged here with modules, with everything due in the first module, going to have a 1 number, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. The second module, or the second week, usually is going to be 2, 2.1, 2.2. So you get the rhythm. This is just something that you can look at, so you can see what's coming up. So you can kind of see the rhythm of the course and look ahead. That's the key to success in online classes, is being able to manage your time, being able to look ahead and see what's coming up, which is really important here, especially when you have a class that is only 11 or 12 weeks long, which is accelerated. We have a 16-week worth of material crammed into 12 weeks. And so it's going to be quick, but you can do it, and this calendar will help you see what's coming up. But if we go back up here to the syllabus, and if we lay our cursor right over the syllabus, then we'll be able to scroll down and see the entire syllabus. So, a few key things. First of all, my information is right up here. I will have office hours, student office hours every week, Tuesday through Thursday between 2 and 3, where I will be on Zoom. I'll also be in my physical classroom or office, but I will be on Zoom, and here is the Zoom link. You don't need to set up an appointment or anything. I will just have Zoom kind of open in the background as I'm working on my computer. I will hear a doorbell if a student signs into Zoom, and then I will welcome you in, and we'll be able to talk about anything about the class, any assignments, questions you might have. If you want feedback, that time is set aside for you. So you wouldn't be interrupting me or anything like that. So again, between 2 and 3 on Tuesday and Thursday is the official time. If there is ever a time where that schedule doesn't work for you and you want to meet another time, please just reach out. Now, the best way to reach out to me, let's see, I'm going to pull this over here really quickly, is right here in the Canvas inbox. That's going to be the best way, because I get so many Maricopa emails that if a student emails me, a lot of times their email gets lost in the shuffle, in the chaos of all my emails. But if you use the Canvas message, the inbox, I will get the notice. I will see a kind of like a neon light flashing that lets me know that you are trying to contact me, and I'm really good about getting back to you within 24 hours, unless it's like a Saturday night on a weekend. But that's my preferred method. So as far as the class, read over this. This class is a research-based argumentative class. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of types of several types of research methods, and how to incorporate them, how to use them, how to then write to an audience to share what we have learned. And this is such an important skill, especially these days where there's so much information coming from so many less than credible sources, and who provide a lot of information out of context or bullet point bits and pieces of information that can really leave a person misinformed and confused. And so being able to understand what research is and how to conduct it is really important these days. And that skill will set you apart when it comes to your career and in the future. So read over this, read over my teaching philosophy. In the course description, I've already mentioned that this is a 12-week course. That means it's going to be busy. Busier than it would be if this was spread out over 16 weeks. So just be mindful. In an online class, it is up to you to manage your time and to also make sure that you read all of the feedback that I give you. I will be leaving feedback on all assignments. I will be trying to contact you here and there through Canvas messaging, and I can be standing on the sidelines waving my arms, telling a student they're heading in the right direction or that they're doing everything right. But if they don't listen to me, if they don't open up those messages from me, then they are going to be like driving blind. All right, so keep that in mind as we go through this. The course competencies or outcomes, these are all the things that I guarantee you we will be covering in this class. We will not have a textbook for this class. I will provide you with all of the readings that you need to complete this class, but you will need to have a reliable laptop or computer. Using your phone is not going to cut it. Everything that's available on Canvas is not available on the phone app, including some of the assignment details. So make sure that you have a reliable laptop or computer for this class. Plagiarism. Everything that you write for this class needs to be originally written by you for this class. No recycling older material. This class, please kind of adopt the mindset of a learner rather than someone just trying to check off a box for a degree. Everything that you write and submit for this class, please do it originally for this class. Use this time to work on your writing, to work on your original writing. If you go down here, I have a statement about using AI. AI-generated writing will not be accepted in this class, and that includes the use of Grammarly, which is now an AI app. The reason for this is that this is a practice space. This is a space for you to improve your writing skills. Using AI to, even if you give AI, an AI app, your ideas and then ask it to generate the writing, that's not only cheating, but that is robbing you of the skill of being able to put your ideas into writing. And so keep in mind, grammar, punctuation, they are very, very low on the hierarchy for important skills in this class. This class is going to be more about sharing ideas and being able to express your ideas to a reader who only relies on your writing to understand those ideas. And so it's really important to practice. And using AI does not allow you that practice. So read that. I've already talked about contacting me. We will have 3 major projects for this class, and all 3 of these projects need to be submitted to pass the class. And they're all going to be building on one another. They're all connected. So the first project will be an autoethnographic research essay. The second project will be a synthesized synopsis of research, and the third project will be a targeted persuasion. I will be giving you so much more information on each of these projects, so don't worry about understanding just from the little preview that I have here. But again, you're going to identify a topic in the first project, and then you're going to use that same topic and apply different methods of research to that same topic for each of the 3 main projects. So we'll talk more about that. Don't worry. Attendance policy. If a student misses a couple weeks of class, they can be withdrawn. It's really difficult to pass a college class if you disappear for a couple weeks. Okay, keep that in mind as we go down here. Got the key dates. Late submissions. This is the last thing that I want to kind of go through. I will show you, I will pull up the modules here in just a minute, but this course is organized into modules, and those modules are divided into the 3 projects. And so that module and all of the small scaffolding and smaller helpful assignments that are due within that project, please do your best to get them in on time. To receive full credit, get them in on time. However, if something happens, if life happens, and you aren't able to get them in on time, that section will remain open until that final project is due. Once that final project is due, that section will, hold on, I've got somebody walking into my office. Sorry about that, I had a visitor. And so once that final project is due, then that section will close, and those smaller projects will close, and then the next section will open. You can submit those smaller projects up until that final project is due for up to 80% of credit for that project. And then once that project is due, then they will close and we'll move to the next one. Now, if I go down here to the calendar, you'll be able to see this. So I've got these color coded. This in the light green, we're going to be working on the autoethnography. In the yellow, we're going to be working on the research synopsis. And the blue, we're going to be working on a targeted persuasion essay. And so all of these smaller projects, once you receive an assignment, we'll start working on that assignment right away. You start writing notes. You start planning on what you're going to be writing. And at that same time, we will be doing these smaller projects, these smaller assignments that will help you along the way. But do not think that you have to wait until, all of these smaller projects are finished before you even start on the essay. That is not how it works, and that would be incredibly difficult to get it done. But what I'm saying here as far as the late project policy is once this whole section will remain open until, February 10th. Up until that point, if any of these haven't been submitted, you can still submit them for 8 out of the 10 points or 15 out of the 20 points, whatever 80% is. But at that point, on the 10th, this section will close and the next section will open. All right, so there is a late policy. You can submit late, but only for a limited amount of time. Let me know if that doesn't make sense, if you want any more explanation. Now, the full assignments will be open the entire semester because students need to submit them to pass the class. And so those will receive a deduction every day that they're late. Now, if you submit a major project and you get a grade back that is 89% or lower, I have this other policy here of revision and resubmission. If you're in that situation and you look at all of the feedback that I give you and you figure out, you think, oh, there's a few things that I forgot. I know I could do better. I now know how I can improve this essay. If you get your grade back and you contact me within 2 days and let me know, then you'll have a week to revise your essay and resubmit it. And I will simply regrade it. All right? Because revision is so important. And so read over that policy. And again, let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, I'm just going to leave the rest of it up to you to read. And down here at the bottom, there is another, oh, it's so long, another little schedule of assignments. But read that over. Let me know there is a syllabus quiz, but it is open book, open Canvas, open email if you have any questions for me. So let me know if you have any questions and have a great semester.